Hey guys, welcome to my channel, the Linux Fever again. And today we are going to talk about how we can obtain free SSL certificates for websites. Like if you have a website and you don't have a SSL certificate, that means your connection is not encrypted and user are not sorry for this user are not using encrypted connection, and the data they are sharing between the website and the web browser are not encrypted. And we say that it's not standard kind of thing. Your website do not looks professional, and the need of the SSL certificate. So SSL certificate basically provides an additional layer of security, and also you can browse a site like HTTPS, right? So today in this lesson, we are gonna learn how we can obtain a free SSL certificate from Let'sEncrypt program. You must have heard about the Let'sEncrypt program, which basically provides free SSL certificates. For those who have a website, they can obtain a free SSL certificate from Let'sEncrypt program. Now, Let'sEncrypt program runs a program called Certbot. That is a bot program that helps us to obtain or fetch SSL certificate easily from our server itself. You can just use your terminal and run some commands, and you will have your SSL certificate in a minute. Okay. So let's first visit the website of Let's Encrypt. You can see it over here. If I, you can see the website is secured by HTTPS. We can access the Let's Encrypt website by HTTPS. That means it has an SSL certificate. And if you come it over here, you can see it over here. The connection is secure. That means it has a SSL certificate, and the certificate is valid. Okay. We also have a website for this demonstration purpose, and I'll visit that website in a minute, but first, let's talk a bit more about the Let's Encrypt. Let's Encrypt is basically free, and it's there are major responses and donors who donates for these SSL certificates, and users gets free SSL certificates. Okay, so I'll be using my domain, that is, I guess, images dot linuxfever.ml, right? Yeah, this is my website, and this is my website where I'm going to install the SSL certificate. For now, as I don't have any SSL certificate and its server is not installed in my website, so it is showing nothing, or it is not connecting to anywhere. So I will need I have already initialized an EC2 instance for this website, and I will point this website to this EC2 server. Okay, I have already logged into the server here. You can see it over here. Let me grab the public IP address. This one is the public IP address, and I'll point this public IP address to this domain so that we can access the server. First of all, I have to log into my domain register, right? And I will update some air records, and I will point this domain to this server, to this public IP address, and we will be able to access the server. Let me log in first. So I'll go to manage DNS, and I'll point this using an air record. I'll create a new air record. This one pointing to another server. I will just update this IP address to this public IP address, and we will be good to go. Okay, just save the changes, and now my this subdomain images.linuxfever.ml will be pointing to my this Amazon EC2 instance, which is basically a CentOS 7 server, so which I have logged in here, and it will take 2 minutes or 3 minutes to propagate. In a couple of minutes it will get propagated, and we'll be able to access that server. Okay, so here we can first install the HTTP sorry not yeah HTTPD server, that is the Apache server. I'm going to Apache for this demonstration. Okay, this command will install Apache, and just click Y. Apache is not running yet, so we have to restart it. Okay, now you can see HTTP is running, and if we visit our website now, looks like it has not propagated yet, but if we use our public IP address to access it, like, okay, so you can see it over here, the Apache is running properly. So because of the DNS propagation, it is taking a little bit of time. I guess I have put the correct IP address. So in a couple of minutes, I guess this should work, and we should be able to access the website as the server is running. Uh, okay, one more thing, I have to check my firewall, that is my security groups. Uh, let's see if it's allowing the HTTP port or not. Okay, the HTTP port is fine, I guess. It is also allowing the HTTPH. That means it is allowing everyone to access the website which I want. So the DNS is seems like it's still not propagated. Okay, I will wait a little bit of time until it's propagated properly, and I'll pause the video here and come back once it is done. Okay. Okay, guys, welcome back. So you can see that in a couple of minutes, the DNS got propagated, and now I can access the website using this. I can access the website, and testing Apache is running properly. And if you also access the public IP address, you will get the same page. Okay, that means our Apache is working, the server is working, and everything is fine. Now you can say that our connection is not secure, and we do not have SSL certificate. So we need to obtain the SSL certificate from Let's Encrypt. Okay, so we'll go to the Let'sEncrypt.org. That is the official website of Let's Encrypt, and we'll click on Get Started. So if you click on Get Started, you will find the several options to obtain the SSL certificate. If you have the hosting, if your hosting provider provides you a easier way to through the control panel, you can get the SSL certificate. That's a whole other point, but we are going to show this demonstration using the charbot. I have already told you that Amazon Let's Encrypt has a charbot client which provides us SSL free SSL certificate from the terminal itself, from the cell itself. So just make sure you have the root access to the server, and we will good to go. Okay, now I will click on Certbot. This is the official website of certbot.eef.org, and here what we have to do is to just you have to select the application server. That is, you can go with Apache, Nginx, or other application servers. I will go with Apache as I have already installed Apache, right? And my system is CentOS 7, and you have other options like CentOS 6 or Ubuntu or Debian. You can go any one of these, and you can also choose web hosting service or something like that. Basically, there are the instructions vary for each of the machines. So I will go with the I have as my server is CentOS 7, so I will go with the CentOS 7, right? So once you click on the CentOS 7, you will get the instruction how you can get the SSL certificate. So first of all, it says that you need to enable the Apple repository. So if I click on this thing, so we'll see how we can enable the Apple repository. So here you can see for CentOS users, you have to run this command yum install Apple release, right? So I will run this in my server. First, let me clear up the screen. Okay. So this was the command to install the Apple release. So okay, we have now the Apple release. So next, we are going to install this particular install. It says if you are on Red Hat EC2. So we are not on Red Hat EC2. We're using CentOS. So I think we don't need to run these commands. So I will skip those, and I will just install the certbot program. Okay. So you have to use this command yum install python to certbot and apache. I think I have already installed apache, although I will run this command. So this command will basically install the chatbot program, and then we'll be able to get the SSL certificate. So this is very easy steps, guys. Just this takes a couple of minutes. So it will install Python. This program runs on Python. So it is completed installing the program, and now I will obtain the SSL certificate. So back to the instructions, and here it says get started. If you run this command sudo certbot apache, it will automatically configure your apache installation to have the certificates on your particular website, which you have to specify in the middle of the installation. And now let's see how we can obtain the certificate, right? Just let me tell you that you can run other command, that is the certbot apache chart only, right? This command, if you run this command, you will get the certificates. I think you will get 3 certificates not installed, located in different locations, and you have to configure the certificates yourselves to the apache server, right? So we are not going to do that because this command automates the process and we'll have it automatically, right? So if you want to configure it manually to the apache, you can run this command, or if you want to do it automatically, you can run this one. Okay, so I will go with this. So it will ask you to enter an email address where you will be contacted for a renewal, other certificates or other security notices. So I'll enter mine. Just make sure you enter a valid email address. Okay, so you have to agree to their terms and policies. It says would you like to share your email ID? So I will go with no. Okay, sorry guys, I encountered a networking error. That's why I'm repeating the step. I have to like I have to run this command again. So it is asking me to enter the domain for which I want the SSL certificate. Okay, this is basically the name of my website. Okay, so I can put it my domain name here, that is images.linuxfever.ml, right? Okay, this is my website name or my domain name, but uh, it says you can specify more than one domain using comma or just space separated. You can use space to specify. If you have more than one domain, then you can specify it over here, like comma and then www dot or something like this. So you can specify your domains here, so you will get certificate for all the domains. uh, so I'll click enter, and it will start obtaining the certificate. So it got an error saying unable to find a virtual host listening. Okay, so I have just realized that I have not set up the virtual host. That is, I have to, for CentOS I have to like set up the virtual host which will be listening on the port 80, right? No problem. uh, so to create a virtual host, first we have to like specify its root directory, right? So I will create a directory, and it is, of course, it is it will be located in the var slash www slash the directory name. So I will create a directory over here which will be called as Linux Fever. You can call it anything like this, Linux Fever. Or I just put this as Linux Fever. Okay, so I will create this directory over here, and now we have to create the virtual host which will be listening on the port 80. Okay, so I will, the virtual host file will be configured from etc httpd slash conf dot t, I guess, and then the file name configuration file. We can create a configuration file uh, to add the virtual host. I will call it linuxfever.conf. You can put any name, but remember to put the .conf at the ending. So this will be a new file, and I have to enter the virtual host settings over here. So I have to write it down. Virtual host, like, okay, so we can write it as virtual host which will be listening to all the incoming requests to the port 80, right? Okay, and then we have to specify the server details. The server admin will be, I guess, you can put the admin email ID here of your website. You can put any email ID you want. Server admin, and then the document root, right? That I created a few minutes back. Document root will be, I guess, where www and then the directory name. Okay, then the server name, we have to specify the server name, that is the website. Okay, then the I think this is enough. So we have also specified the server name, and we'll close this virtual host. Everything looks fine, and let's see if it works or not, right? Okay, like we have to restart Apache here. So we have restarted Apache again, and then we'll try to run this previous command again. Okay, so it's asking me to enter the domain again. So I'll okay, which is .linuxvr.ml. I guess this should work this time. It says which name would you like to activate STJS, STTPS for, right? I have to select one. My screen got freezed. Let's wait a little bit and check if. Oh, this is why what I hate. I hate this. I have I have to reconnect. Clear the screen for you, and now seems like I have to run the command again. Okay, I'll go with one. It has listed my domain name, and I'll go with one. And now it's trying to obtain a certificate for my domain. It will first verify that I own the domain. Now it says it will give you two options. The first one says no redirect. That means it depends on the user whether he uses HTTP or HTTPS. Or the second option says redirect. So all of your users will be redirected to HTTPS, even if he browse the site using HTTP, he will be redirected to HTTPS. So I'll go with the option 2. So as I want my all my users to get redirected to the HTTPS. So it says congratulations, you have your certificate. So I got my certificate for my website, and it has listed the certificate keys and certificate file. This is the full chain file, and this one is the private key, I guess. Yes, that's the private key. And in the same location you will also find a certificate if you go over there. So now it also says that the certificate will expire on after 3 months from the today's date. And to obtain if we want to renew this free certificate, we have to run this command, that is the certbot renew. This command will just renew the certificate, and you will get the certificate for another 3 months, right? So it is also written it over here. uh, it says automatic renewal. So you can set up cron jobs uh, so that you don't have to perform this command after 3 months. It will be run automatically if you set up the cron jobs to run this command. Okay, we'll see to run. We will perform a dry run to renew the certificate. But before that, let's see if our website has got certificate or not. So we'll browse this site using HTTP, and it should be redirected to HTTPS. So yeah, you can see it over here. I have got redirected to HTTPS, and the connection is secure. So that means the certificate got installed successfully, and it took just a few minutes. And this is what is good about this SSL free SSL certificate. So not much efforts, and you have your certificate. So I will try to renew the certificate using a dry run. Dry run basically runs the command and sees if the command runs or not. But it don't actually renew the certificate. It will check the it will just check the command. Okay. So let me clear up the screen first. And now I'll try to renew the certificate, and let's see if we get successfully renew or not. So it says all renewals succeeded. Congratulations. So it says that the renewal got successfully succeeded, and as it was a dry run, it didn't actually renew the certificate, but it just uh, simulated the command, right? So everything is good so far, and we have our certificate, and our website is running under https. So this was it, guys. I hope you got how to install free ssl certificate to your linux machine. You have to make sure that you have root access to your server. That is, you must have a VPC, like DigitalOcean's VPC, or Linode, or you can have like mine, that is the AWS EC2. For shared hosting, you will not have root access. That's why you will not be able to install a free certificate from Let's Encrypt using this method. But there are some another methods which I will show in the future video, where for shared hosting, if your hosting provider do not provide you the SSL certificate, there is a way where you can obtain a certificate and then install using your cPanel in the shared hosting also. So that's it, guys, for today. I will come with few more videos